Long after fire first warmed the night, the world had changed. Cities rose from stone, and kings claimed their thrones beneath Olympus's watchful gaze. But the gods were not distant rulers. They mingled with mortals, shaping lives and legends. Among all the children of Zeus, one would stand above the rest: Heracles, a hero born of strength, sorrow, and the whims of fate. From his earliest days, Heracles was marked by both divine favor and divine wrath. Hera, queen of the gods, could not bear that her husband Zeus had fathered a mortal son. Before Heracles could speak, Hera sent 2 serpents to slay him in his cradle. But the infant's fists crushed the snakes, and the world whispered his name. As he grew, Heracles became known for feats of strength, wrestling lions, mastering archery, outpacing wild stallions. But happiness was fragile for those favored by the gods. Cursed by Hera with a fit of madness, Heracles committed a tragedy so deep he could never forgive himself. In his sorrow, he sought the oracle at Delphi, begging for penance. The oracle, speaking the will of the gods, gave him a path to redemption: 12 impossible labors, each a trial of courage, endurance, and wits. Thus began a journey that would test not only Heracles' body, but his very soul. The first of Heracles' labors was to slay the Nemean Lion, a beast whose hide no blade could pierce. In the tangled forests, Heracles trapped the monster and crushed it with his bare hands, draping the unbreakable pelt over his shoulders as a cloak. Next, he faced the Lernaean Hydra serpent with many heads, each one sprouting 2 more when severed. With help from his loyal nephew Iolaus, Heracles burned the stumps with fire, ending the creature's threat forever. No challenge was the same. He tracked the golden-horned Lernaean hind for a year before capturing it unharmed. He cleaned the Augean stables, home to thousands of cattle, in a single day by rerouting 2 mighty rivers. He tamed wild bulls, stole man-eating mares, and journeyed to distant lands for apples guarded by dragons and the belt of a warrior queen. Through each labor, Heracles' legend grew, but so did the cost. Friends fell, wounds festered, and Hera's schemes never ceased. Yet with every trial, mortals and gods watched, sometimes with awe, sometimes with envy, as the hero did what no other could. The final tasks were the most dangerous. Heracles journeyed to the edge of the world to fetch the golden apples of the Hesperides, guarded by a 100-headed dragon. He tricked the mighty Atlas into retrieving the fruit for him, showing cunning equal to his strength. For his last labor, he descended into the underworld itself, facing Hades and the spirits of the dead. There, he tamed Cerberus, the 3-headed hound, and brought it to the world of the living, only to return the beast to its dark home. Heracles' labors were over, but his trials were not. Betrayed, poisoned, and burned by those he once called friend, Heracles' life ended in agony. Yet Zeus would not let his son's suffering be in vain. As flames consumed Heracles' mortal flesh, his immortal spirit ascended to Olympus, where he was welcomed among the gods at last. From the heights of Olympus, Heracles looked down, no longer just a hero, but a symbol. His legend taught mortals that greatness is born not from victory, but from the willingness to rise after every fall. As Heracles joined the ranks of the gods, Olympus itself changed. The ancient feuds of gods and mortals faded into legend, but the lessons endured. The seasons still turned with Demeter's sorrow and joy. The sea raged with Poseidon's moods. Love and jealousy played across the sky in the arrows of Eros and the storms of Hera. On Earth, mortals built temples, carved statues, and composed songs that carried the names of heroes and gods through the centuries. Myths wove through every village, every hearth, shaping the dreams of all who listened. Each generation found in these stories a reflection of their own struggles: courage in the face of cruelty, hope in the shadow of loss, and the unbreakable belief that every hardship hides the seed of glory. For as long as the stars shone and the mountains stood, the gods and mortals of Greece remained bound together, not by fear, but by the stories they shared and the hope that in darkness, light always returns.